Hey guys, Tom Fury Zero News. Don't like doing videos like this because I hope that I don't push away. As I said, I've always said I've got a target audience, right? And I hope I don't push away the wrong people. Um and but I do believe I have a right to defend myself. So what I want to say first of all is when you put yourself on YouTube, as I've done, when you put yourself in the limelight, so to speak, as I've done, when you put yourself out there and you have a political opinion, especially as I've done, when you criticize others, as I've done, you are a figure of scrutiny yourself. You are a figure to be criticized. You are a figure to be scrutinized. Absolutely, I accept that. I accept the criticism that comes with it. Bring it all my way, and I'm fine with that. I accept that. I totally do. You can't come onto a platform like this and then say, "Oh, I don't like being criticised." Yeah, you can't. But you can answer some of the criticism back if you feel it's unwarranted. That's free speech. But yeah, throwing your dummies out the pram about it is not the right thing to do because at the end of the day, people are allowed their opinions. So, but I'm allowed to defend myself. So what I want to say is, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of very supportive people, and again, from Lee British Patriot to Gobster to Dino to other people who've all in their own way just helped get a leg up. Um, and as I said, when I get my chance, I'll be doing what I used to do and paying it forward again. Um, but what you've also got is just a few people here and there who are making accusations like, "Oh, Paul's bought you out," yeah, um, and just other things like, why are you doing this? Like all entitled. Like I should give over the running of my channel to other people. I had this all the first time when I grew a 20k channel, yeah. When I got to about this number, these certain types would appear and they know it better than you, even though they've never run one in their lives and they know everything better. And as I said, I've got a target audience, but even they are going to be a bit funny with me at the moment. I get it, fine. Um, but what I learned a long time ago is that independence is priceless because it allows me to go in any direction I want. And as I said previously, if someone pushes me not to do something, even if it may be cut my nose to spite my face, I'm probably going to do it more. So, for the cheap fucking seats that just don't get me, I'm quite happy for you to fuck off. I'm quite happy for you to fuck off. Yeah. So that's the first thing. The threatening to go, see you then, because I don't do that. That's not how myself and my community have always been like a almost like a symbiont kind of community. We gel together. We get on together. We don't. They don't. Um, yeah, they don't make black and white demands of me. We've always got on well together and met each other halfway. So yeah. So I remember when I was working outside London doing interviews, I think at that time with Tommy Robinson, and a journalist come up and she said, "What are you doing hanging around with these?" And I went, "What, working class people?" Because there was just some people on the street, and she didn't know what to say. But I won't go through the story again because I've told you before. But she was asking me for pictures basically and video, and I was like, "Well, that's not going to happen." And she sort of said, like, sort of under her breath, she didn't hold her mouth there, but she said as she turned away, "So I'll make it worth your while." Yeah, yeah, so it's a bribe. But she did it, she's turning away. I don't know if that's because there's just the smallest amount of shame or if it's just the way they do this. I've never been bribed before up to that point. So obviously told her that wasn't going to happen. And the resulting picture was that she put in her article was over my shoulder because she was too scared to try it herself. Silly, really. But the point of it is, I had the Freemasons approach me when I had only 3,000 subscribers. I showed you all, but I thought it was hilarious. But the point of it is that I've had people try and infiltrate a politician, try to infiltrate into the channel. Um, God, you'd be surprised at how we've had to fight in the past to keep the Oval Channel out of enemy hands. Crazy, right? You wouldn't think it, but they see when you're small and they think, oh, we could grow the, so that you actually are under more attack sometimes when you're small because you don't have the defenses. So I'm aware of all that, but also aware that I've been about a little while. So for people that don't get it, the reason I do things is because it fucking suits me to do so. Now I know that in here I've got good intentions with things I do. I know that I am trying to, in my own way, fight for my country. I know that in my own way I'm trying to run my podcast. Um, since I did a interview years ago with a guy called Van Man, and I only had about 3,000 subscribers then, maybe even 1,000. I can't remember. And then when I got off that interview, it was a great interview. When I got off the interview, there was like conspiracy theories going around. Tommy had paid for me and him to do like read out a script, which is crazy because it was about an hour and a half long interview. And the crazy part about it was that I didn't at that stage. I had never ever even spoken to a member of Tommy's team, let alone Tommy. So it was just insane. It was just an out of nowhere. But this is what happens on the internet. The moment you get anywhere near that 1,000 mark, especially and especially over, people will come up with crazy shit because they don't like what you're doing. You can't please all the people all the time. Therefore, I choose to please myself and hope that pleasing myself is going to resonate with other people. To be my authentic self, to be me, to choose to be me, and hope that and the content that comes from being that is enough for the people out there to appreciate it, to relate to me, to appreciate the authenticity, to appreciate that attempt at honesty. And if they don't, they don't. I can't control that. But what if I start becoming the creator that jumps through hoops, smiles when he's supposed to smile, doesn't when he's not supposed to, does it this way, that way, jumps through hoops? I just become like the rest of the fucking fame hunters. Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Um, I don't give a shit. So, and I really don't this time around. I've been through this all before, so it's different. It is so different. So you can think I'm being paid off by Paul, but as you see going down the line, that won't make any sense because I don't know if we'll ever speak again. So how would that? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Think what you want. You are entitled to your opinion, but remember how stupid it looks in the aftermath when I'm not on his show the next week and the week after and the week after and the week after and the week after. It doesn't go anywhere. That's more what happens when people are throwing their toys out the pram because they don't want something to happen. Exactly why I'm doing it. You can't please all the people all the time. So pick your target audience and fuck everybody else. That's me. And even picking my target audience, I love you guys and I love the support. But I hope you would respect me for not bowing down to you. Listening to you, that's different. Listening to you, respecting your opinion, and sometimes respecting your judgment over my own. That's different. But bowing down to consensus pressure, I hope you would hate me doing that. So, and the only reason I've taken on certain interviews now is because nobody's pressured me to do it. In fact, quite the opposite. Everybody doesn't want me to do it, hence why I'm doing it. See what I'm saying? So, I do what I want because it's the only way of being truly authentic. And I said this to Vin yesterday. I said, if I start worrying about who to interview, who I could talk to, what I should talk about, all the rest of it, and it's no different from the Israel situation, it's no different from any other. I'm having my free speech curtailed again by people. And this is why I no longer fear judgment. I no longer fear loss of subscriptions and things like that. I want to do well. I want the channel to do well. I want your support. I'm not going to lie. That would all be a lie to say, I don't care about your support. Of course, that's a lie if I said that. Obvious lie, yeah? And that would just be, yeah, that would be trying to be Flash Harry when that's not me. Of course, your support means everything to me. It's really given me motivation. Your encouragement has given me motivation. But again, for the people that just want to believe whatever they want to believe, that's fine. But fuck you. Because it doesn't get forgotten. The people that this happened when I had 1,000 channel the last time. There's certain people that ran me down, but when I got to 10,000, they all wanted to be a mod and things like that. Well, this time that won't be happening. I will remember. But yeah, so please understand, I do what I want because it makes sense to me at the time. That's not to say I always get it right. There are things I've done in the past I think I wish I hadn't done that. I hope this doesn't turn out like that. But there are things I've done in the past where I think I wish I hadn't done that. Wish I hadn't done this. But every mistake you learn from, and every success you learn from. So, yeah, I'm going to do what I want to do, what I think is the right thing to do. Not anybody else, me. But I hope that the effort and the results of content, maybe, will be what I'm judged by. Not the choices I make, but the end result of them. Because everybody deserves a chance. And that's what I've ever asked for on this channel, is just a chance. So, and thankfully so many of you have given it to me, and I really appreciate so many of you. But to the rest of them that want to naysay or whatever else, you've got that absolute right to naysay. But I get bought out by no fucking cunt on this planet. Nobody. They've tried and failed. Nobody buys me. And you need to understand, if I was 20 years old, maybe that makes sense. At my age, I've got used to not having money. Yeah, and when you get used to not having money, it doesn't have the same pull on you as it might have done when you were younger. As in, someone could pull out $1,000 out their pocket now, it means nothing to me. Someone could pull out 20 grand out their pocket now. I've seen that money before. It doesn't mean to me what it might have done when I was younger. So no, absolutely nobody's buying me, bullying me, pushing me, telling me, including anybody out there. So I wanted to clear that up properly, because I don't want it to seem like I'm having a go at the people that support me. But I also am not gonna sit here and say nothing when I see people talking absolute bollocks, and a few of them, do you know what I mean? Absolute bollocks, and it's just like, no, I have a right to defend myself here. So yeah, you get proof, or you got something where you can, different kettle of fish, but there is none. So yeah, that's why I can call you out on it, because there is none. There never will be, because I'll never be bought out. I'll never be told what to do. There was a time when I allowed myself not to be told what to do, when I allowed myself to censor myself. That's true. But that time's gone. Tom Fury, Zero News. Call it a day for now.